We go first to Jack Gotzel from Faceoff Sports. Jack, your mic is open.
Michelle Nicolini, you have already beaten the atomweight champion in Angela Lee. You are now going to fight the strawweight champion. If you are victorious, do you believe that you are the best female fighter in one championship?
Yeah, at the moment, if I win, yes.
And thank you. And I have a question for Jing Nan. You have already fought Angela Lee twice, and you have won one fight and lost the other. Are you looking to fight her for a third time in a trilogy fight at some point in your career?
晋南，你和那个李胜洙已经打过2次了，然后你现在而且比赛结果是1胜1负，你现在有没有想要说在将来某个时候和他再来一次，来个第3场？
当然了，当然可以，因为每次和高手对决的时候都是我喜欢做的一个事情，而且我认为和高手对决不仅能使自己进步，而且让自己会越来越变得强大。
Yeah, of course. I'm looking forward to do that. I'm always looking forward to fight the best, and to be the best, I have to fight the best.
Up next, Leon Jennings, Asian Persuasion MMA.
A question for both ladies. Between the two of you, you've got 3 very competitive fights against Angela Lee. How do you see this challenge Friday night against each other compared to the challenge you had previously against Angela Lee?
Michelle, como você vê esse desafio comparado aos desafios anteriores?
Vou falar em português, então, para ficar mais fácil, tá?
Por favor.
Então, eu acho que cada luta é uma luta, né? Como a gente... eu acho que fui subindo o nível de dificuldade no evento, e agora, mais do que nunca, eu acho que essa é a luta mais importante exatamente por isso mesmo, porque fomos indo, caminhando, né, step by step. Então, agora é como se fosse... eu foco mais assim, na luta principal do momento. Então, acho que essa talvez seja a mais difícil, a mais desafiadora até o momento no evento.
So, for me, every fight is a different fight. I prefer to go step by step, and I prefer to focus in each specific fight. And I've been rising step by step, and I think this is going to be the hardest fight, but I try not to think in advance, and I try to stay focused in the present.
晋南，你和那个李胜洙打过，你觉得这次这个对手和他这场比赛比起跟李胜洙比赛哪个更难，或者说哪个对你来说更具有挑战性？打尼克里尼和打李胜洙。
我认为2个都具有挑战性，但是我和利格尼尼我俩是第一次对决，所以可能对于我来讲挑战性会更大一点。因为毕竟，其实我和利格尼尼我俩并没有太多的去交流，就是有一些沟通，但是我还是对他蛮尊重的。可是他来到我位置要拿着我的金腰带，我认为这是不可能的。
Well, fighting Nicolini or fighting Angela Lee are both like a lot of competitive for me, but I have been facing Angela Lee twice, and I know her very well, but I haven't studied Nicolini much more, and I have a little conversation with her before, but I don't know her that well. So I think this one is more competitive for me for now. But I think she wants to take my belt, and that's impossible.
Jing Nan, one more for you. What are your thoughts on the Grand Prix, the One Atomweight Grand Prix? And was there any temptation or talks for you to compete in it? There were a few rumors.
你怎么看待和你在同场战卡这个8人赛？有没有之前说过可能与你有相关的事情？这场8人赛？
我认为有吧，说不定我也可以参与进去，然后去打那个原子量级这个级别。而且我认为，现在在这个战卡里的每一个运动员都有可能会将成为我的一个对手。
Well, I see all 8 competitors in this Grand Prix could be a potential contender to fight against me, and I think I'm very interested in this Grand Prix. Actually, I've been thinking about joining it before, and I'm very interested in fighting the winner in the future.
Our next question comes from China. Yongwu Zedi asks, you are now the one and only MMA world champion in your country. Do you feel any pressure, and is this a must-win situation?
既然你现在是中国唯一的一个综合格斗世界冠军，男子女子都是，你是唯一的一个，这个会不会给你带来一些特定的压力？然后你会不会觉得这个比赛是必须赢的这么一个局面？
其实对于我来讲，一直都有压力，因为肩上的责任非常的重。但是这是一个好的事情，因为有压力才有动力嘛，把压力化为成动力，才能让你更加的去努力的想进步，想变得越来越强，让自己越来越优秀。而且这一次对我来说，是我必须要拿下比赛，继续捍卫我的荣誉，捍卫我的金腰带，把金腰带留在中国。
Yeah, actually, I've been feeling pressure all the time from all my fights, all my last fights, and I feel like this is a must-win situation. I want to keep this belt in my country forever.
We'll go now to Dylan Bowker of My MMA News.
My first question was for Xiong Jing Nan, because speaking to Meng Bo earlier, and she was, likening you to a big sister, seemed, especially inspired competing on this same card with you. I'm kind of wondering for Jing Nan, how does it feel just, being such an inspiration to fellow Chinese fighters?
竟然刚才在你的采访之前，采访孟博的时候，他说他把你叫做大姐，叫做南哥，然后他说和你在同一张战卡上比赛，他觉得特别的，就是特别冷静吧，觉得自己毫无压力，然后还觉得说你是大家的这个保护一样的。你怎么样看待你给这个年轻一代或者说其他的女子选手带来这样的一个？
其实对于我来讲，我真的是。不管和任何一个运动员去比赛，我真的非常的尊重。但是这是竞技，没有办法，是两个人在场上必须得有一个是成功，有一个人是站着，一个人是倒下的。所以，但是我想，以我一个正能量的一个标准，或者是我在场上的一种精神，不服输的精神，能够带动更多的人，也能够让更多的人能够看到我以身作则，做一个正能量的，让我可以看到我不仅在场上的一种。不服输的精神，也能知道我在场下也是一样如此。然后，不管面对再大的一个困难的时候，我们都不会放弃，不会抛弃，相信自己，我们可以做到，我们比想象中的自己更强大。
Yeah, I feel glad, I feel honored to inspire so many athletes in my country or outside my country, and I always want to show respect, honor. And fight. Although this is a fight game that when you fight, one is standing, another is landing on the ground. But I'm always trying to show people how to be a good person, show people justice, show people kindness, everything. And I hope that more and more fighters will be inspired by this kind of inspiration.
That's a great sentiment for sure. But just as a quick follow-up to Michelle here, I'm curious because this is such a historic card, all women competing, and you're in the main event challenging for a world title against a dominant champion here. Just all factors considered, how are you feeling leading into this one?
Michelle, então, ele pergunta como você está se sentindo considerando que esse é um evento só de mulheres, as melhores lutadoras. Como você está se sentindo com relação a tudo isso?
Eu acho que é uma honra, primeiro de tudo, estar lutando num card exclusivamente feminino, né? Eu acho que uma vai motivando a outra a fazer lutas melhores a cada hora lá no evento. E eu tenho certeza que as meninas, as mulheres são super competitivas e ninguém vai deixar a desejar, né? Então, estou bem feliz em fazer parte e ansiosa para ver alguns combates também, além do meu.
So, first of all, she feels very honored to be in a only female card, and she is sure that everybody will be very competitive and all the girls will do their best and one will incentivize the other with their performance and everybody will do very fine. But she is also very honored, very happy, but also a bit anxious to form part because it's a high level.
We're going to go to Nick Atkin from SCMP MMA.
This one is for Michelle. Michelle, when you beat Angela Lee 2 years ago, were you surprised that you didn't get a title shot immediately?
Michelle, quando você derrotou a Angela Lee, faz 2 anos, você ficou surpresa com a repercussão ou com a falta de repercussão que teve? O que você achou da situação?
Não, na verdade, eu só sigo o que o evento quer que eu faça, entendeu? Eles acharam melhor dar a chance para a Another Girl, né, a outra menina, a Tiffany. Ela estava uma posição na minha frente, eu acho, no ranking, e deram essa chance para ela. Então, eu sabia que a minha hora ia chegar. Depois de eu ter vencido a Ângela, nós fizemos uma luta muito dura, muito boa, e cedo ou tarde minha hora ia chegar. Então, eu estava pacientemente esperando.
So I was patiently waiting because I only follow what the event does me to do. So I knew that my time was to come. So I just focus into that, and I let them give the repercussion that they saw fit.
And did they try and offer you any other fights? And did you say, no, I want to fight Xiong Jing Nan, I want to fight for the title? Was there any other fights that they tried to give you first during the last 2 years?
Teve alguma luta que eles tentaram te dar e que você disse, não, eu não quero fazer, eu quero lutar com a Jing primeiro? Ou teve alguma situação do tipo?
Não, não teve. A gente estava só treinando, esperando eles darem alguma luta, mas até a luta que apareceu era mesmo com a Xiong Jing Nan, mas daí veio a pandemia e nós tivemos que cancelar o evento.
No, there wasn't. We were just training as we had to do, and I was just waiting for them to give us the fight they had to give, and the fight happened to be with Jung. But then came the pandemic, and that messed up everything. So I was just there focusing on my training and waiting for them to give the fight they had to give me.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. And I just have a question for Xiong Jing Nan as well. I'm sure you're very happy to be giving your own division, the strawweight division, some prominence, given that the atomweight division has been taking a lot of the spotlight and the attention. You know, you're in the main event, but you know, if you win this fight, would you like to see One Championship sign some more fighters for the strawweight division and maybe do a tournament there to determine your next challenger? You know, how interested are you in seeing them really beef up this division with some more talent?
晋南就是现在你看这个原子量级他们搞这个8人赛啊等等的，当然了，你现在是草量级当之无愧的王，但是你有没有想过，就是说，哎，我也想让赛事方把这个草量级也搞一搞这种8人赛啊，或者签更多的从外面签更多的高手进来，能让这个级别更对你来说更有挑战性，有没有过这些想法？
当然有啊，不只是现在有，是在以前就有过这种想法。因为你要知道，每个运动员你能够让自己变得强大，足够让自己每次进步的话，你只有和更高、更强的一些运动员去不断的去比赛也好，在学习也好。因为在比赛的过程中，你可以看到自己不足，也可以看到自己非常优秀的一面。所以，当你比赛结束以后，你会知道你要继续去锻炼哪一方面。所以，我认为这是一个很好的想法。
Yeah, I've been thinking about it all the time. I would definitely like to see more fighters signing One Championship for strawweight. Here's the thing: if you want to be a better version of yourself, you have to fight more better athletes, fight more masters. That's the only way how you find out your own weaknesses. So definitely, I would like to see things like that happen.
We'll take our next question from Carl Batong Bakal, who comes from International Business Times.
For both fighters, I just wanted to ask, what do you think is in the future for you guys? Do you see any potential fights or like a dream fight, either within one or with a cross promotion in the near future?
晋南，你对你就是现在先跳过眼下这场比赛啊，你对你的将来有没有什么比较大的想法？举例子，就是记者举的例子说，有没有想过在ONE能够和其他赛事组织的这种交互性的冠军踢冠军啊这种的比赛，来一场这样的比赛呢？
当然可以，这个就像我刚才说过的一样嘛，就是如果想进步的话，就是和更高不同的运动员去比赛，因为这样的话你会接触不同的一个技术，所以我说了，这也是一个很好的一个想法。但如果可以，我肯定是愿意的。
有没有什么具体的你现在想点的对手呢？
No，我不想在万千米线的这个比赛中去点到别的一个赛事的一些人，你懂我的意思。但是我什么都可以，没有问题，给我任何人都是 OK 的。
Yeah, definitely. Like I just said, in order to be the best, you have to fight the best. I wouldn't point out any opponent from another promotion since I'm a one championship veteran. I don't want to do that, but definitely I would love to fight against another champion from another promotion in the future.
For Michelle, would she be open to a dream fight with any other promotion or with someone from one championship after this fight with Xiong Jing Nan?
Tá, Michelle, você tem alguma luta que para você seria a luta dos sonhos? Você estaria aberta com alguém uma luta de alguém de outro campeonato? Como é para você?
Eu vou continuar feliz, seguindo os passos aí que o evento me mandar, entendeu? Se eles ainda tem muita menina nessa categoria, eu nunca lutei na 5-2 nesse evento, quem sabe também no futuro eu me arrisque para alguma luta, mas é isso, eu tô feliz e com o andamento das coisas que eles vão passando para mim e o que eles estiverem reservando, eu vou seguir.
So I'm happy with what is proposed to me by the championship, and I just want to follow the steps that are proposed to me and stay focused in my training. But of course, I would love maybe to have a fight with someone from 5'2", but I just stay open, and I'm very happy with the sequence things are taking, and I just follow what the event is proposing me.
All right, thank you very much, and good luck on your fight on Friday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carl. We take our next question from Raj Shekhar from Essentially Sports. Go ahead, Raj.
Hello. First of all, congratulations to both the women for headlining such a historic event. Now, my first question would be to Michelle Nicolini. Firstly, Michelle, you have been on a stellar run in the division. You have faced some of the best fighters on the roster. And you're also a former BJJ champion. While we all know the champion as a striker, and she has also added some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu into her arsenal, do you feel that she will dare to go into the ground game with you?
Então, a pergunta é, tomando todo esse campeonato, você é mais conhecida pelo strike, né? Por acertar de longe, mas você também tem o Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Ele pergunta se você se sente confiante caso a luta vá para o chão.
Eu acho que era ao contrário a pergunta. Mas sim, a luta, como eu disse, a gente estava para lutar como desde o começo da pandemia, né? Então eu tive mais tempo ainda de focar nos meus treinos em pé, acrescentei modalidades novas no meu treinamento. Então, se a luta for em pé ou se a luta for para o chão, vai estar tudo bem. Nós temos planos para os dois.
So since the pandemic, she had time to train everything. So she feels very confident either standing, either in the ground. She feels confident that she will do her best and she will be able to be in a good situation and sort herself out, either in striking, either in the floor.
Now, a question would be to Xing about the particular thing. Like, obviously, the champion has been a great striker, but what does she feel about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu playing a pivotal role in the entire?
晋南，我们知道你是一个非常强悍的打击手啊，可以说是目前万元赛女子级别里面最强的。但是面对这样一个多届的柔术世界冠军，你怎么看待这场比赛？你怎么应对这样的一个对手呢？
但是其实真的很尊重他，因为第一开始我刚来新加坡 evolve 的时候，就是有听到过他。然后那时候就是蛮想和他就是能够，如果有机会可以一起学习，就是向他去请教这样子。但是最后慢慢我们成为了那个即将的，所以呢，其实是满怀着一种尊重。再一个就是，对于他我已经知道他的地面是相当的好了，然后其实是挺佩服的，也挺开心的是我可以和这样的 地面的一个强者去比赛，这是我真的非常开心的一件事情。但是当面临着所有的事情来临的时候，我最好的办法就是相信自己，去努力的在最近备战的这段时间，不断的去学习一些新的技术，然后希望在这次比赛中能够展现出来，拿下比赛。
First of all, I want to show my respect to Nicolini one more time. And actually, I heard about Michelle when I first joined Evolve MMA. I know she was a fantastic grappler. She was the master of jiu-jitsu. I always trying to have a conversation with her, to learn from her, to see her as a good BJJ teacher. But eventually we come to this fight as opponent to each other. I actually been preparing for some very new techniques, very new skill sets for this fight. And I want to show that in my upcoming fight.
Michelle, ela queria dizer que demonstra todos os respeitos para você e sabe que você é muito boa no jiu-jitsu, quer aprender muito com você, mas que ela também está pronta para te enfrentar e que também muito honrada de estar lutando com você.
Obrigada, também é uma honra para mim estar lutando com ela e como ela mesma disse, né, a gente para ser melhor tem que lutar com os melhores, então eu acho que nós duas estamos no caminho certo, mais do que nunca, e é isso, eu acho que nós vamos ter ali um combate muito bom.
She would like to thank the other fighter, and as she said, if we want to be the best, we have to fight with the best. So she's also very honored to be fighting with her.
Go Do Me from China. Your opponent, Michelle, has very high level grappling and BJJ skills, even better than Angela Lee, maybe. Do you see her as your toughest test yet for Jing Nan?
静南这个问题其实和之前差不多啊，就是说那个米歇尔。他的这个摔柔啊，这个巴西柔术的这个技术，很强，甚至很多粉丝认为可能比你之前对手李胜洙还强一点。你会不会觉得你是否看待这场比赛，觉得是你这最硬的一个考验？在你这个卫冕的历史上是一个最硬的考验。
到目前为止，米歇尔是我遇到过是最强的一个对手，因为我们大家都知道他地面真的是非常的好，甚至可能是超越了所有人认为的安吉拉里。但是这其实对于我来说是一个很好的一个比赛，因为这个能够促使你让你自己变得更优秀，只有你自己更优秀了、更强大了，你的对手才会渺小。所以很感谢赛斯给我安排一个更高的一个对手。来让我去展现自己。
Yeah, I think Michelle definitely is the one of the best fighter and probably the best grappler and BJJ fighter in my title defending history ever faced. Probably better than Angela Lee, and but I think it's also a good opportunity for me because I think if I win this fight, I wouldn't be afraid of any grappler anymore.
Our next question comes in from Fight Game Asia, who says to Jing Nan, is Michelle Nicolini only dangerous on the ground, or do you think she can stand and trade with you?
静南，你觉得在你眼里看来，米歇尔他的危险是仅仅在于地面上吗？还是你觉得在站立上他也有足够的实力和你换两拳？
我认为就是你不能去用一个单项的项目去给这个一个运动员去强加在他身上。我认为米歇尔在这段时间肯定也去不断的去学习 boxing 和 T-game boxing， 所以我认为他也是在进步的一个过程。对于我来讲，我从不会认为米歇尔是一个单一的运动员，我始终认为他是一个很好的，也是一个全方位的运动员。
Yeah, as high level as fighter as me or Michelle, everybody's well-rounded. I wouldn't call her just a grappler. And I think to fight against me, she must be prepared for a lot of boxing and kickboxing for sure. And so I'm ready to face any kind of threats from her.
Thank you. This one goes to Michelle. Do you think you're the best grappler in one championship? And do you plan to move down to atomweight and challenge Angela Lee for the belt this time?
Ele Então você acha que você é a melhor no rola, no agarra, ou você acha que tem alguém melhor e você tá pronta para a luta com a Angela Lee? Como você vê tudo isso?
Yeah, I think I'm the best grappler, the female grappler at one championship at the moment. And yeah, could be a good challenge for me, go down to weight, maybe to challenge Angela. Why not?